Hello, Internet denizens. Welcome to my show. Today is my... Sorry. You know what? I'm going to get something to drink here. This is your water, right?
Yeah. I peed in it.
Welcome, everyone, to our show about how to be a comedian. In particular, our expertise is sketch comedy.
Yes.
Because I'm not very good at stand-up.
Sketch comedy, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, like Monty Python kind of stuff. So number one, I think if you're not scribbling ideas down all the time, and if you're not passionate about comedy and watching comedy and listening to comedy, then you're not going to be a comedian.
No,
right?
You may be funny, but you probably don't have the drive to do it for a living.
Were you coming up with ideas and scribbling them down all the time?
Yeah, I was doing funny magic shows when I was 10 years old.
And I helped you with one summer. I was your assistant.
Yeah, and then I was doing, we were putting on plays in the neighborhood.
And you were doing your 8mm movies.
Yep.
And so if you want to be a comedian, obviously you're doing comedic stuff all the time. I don't think it's suddenly a big surprise that you become a comedian.
No, but here's the funny thing about it. I was doing all these things, the school show, then you were at Ryerson studying television, and we did some shows there, and we were doing stuff on cable, the community access called
And then we started a two-man comedy group.
Green and Chato, and led to the Frantics and so on. And all those things before they actually started making money, and that was probably several years into even.
Well, we didn't do it for the money at the very beginning at all. I don't think it ever crossed our minds.
And that's the thing when they say you want to find a career, the right career. What is it you would do in your spare time, or if you had enough money, if you didn't have to work again, what would you do?
Gardening.
Gardening. And what I would have done is make skit comedy, but we stuck with it long enough that we got actually good. Because at the beginning, we weren't good. Nobody's good at the beginning.
Yep.
And then
the cable show we had on Scarborough Cable Television, that was probably our equivalent of Beatles playing Germany.
No, you know what was the Nervous Breakdown.
Oh, okay.
So there was a coffee house called the Nervous Breakdown, and it was an interesting place. The lighting guy was legally blind.
And the sound guy was deaf.
Legally deaf.
Right.
And the owner had a beard, like his girlfriend could hide in it, I think. And
Kennedy, his name was Kennedy. Don Kennedy.
Don Kennedy, yeah.
If you're still out there, Don.
Yeah, thank you.
Then you're still out there.
So we got we got to go up on stage every night for a year or two. Mostly it was us together doing stuff. And
my parents came down and they just hated it.
Yeah,
they were scared to death.
It was
we
weird
were really
place.
awful.
It was a weird place. Like it'd be us and a folk singer and then a lesbian poet.
But the way we expanded our audience and our craft was we did this show at Scarborough Cable called Change Channels.
So it was a community access channel, and two friends who worked there said you guys should come in and do something because right now it's just religious groups and some health things.
As part of this little show here, we're going to do one of these classic vlogging, commenting experiences, okay?
I thought you were going to start editing.
No, I'm not going to edit right now. So I've got my computer here.
Okay.
I have resurrected one of the sketches that we did on Change Channels. Well, we did it live also.
Okay.
It's a Green and Chato comedy routine.
Okay.
So we're going to watch it and comment on it at the same time. And he doesn't know which one I've picked here.
I have this odd feeling. Oh, God.
Here we are, Mary Lou. Lover's Lane.
This killed. Absolutely.
And it is completely inappropriate.
Turn off the radio.
Watch.
Gee, Mary Lou, I think you were the keenest looking girl at the prom tonight.
Gee, thanks, Eddie.
Hey, Mary Lou, I was
referred to the
sort of
story.
thinking, I mean,
That's right.
now that we've been going together for 8 years and all, and I mean, I have a job and everything, I was sort of kind of wondering if you would sort of
Look at the hair.
marry me.
Sure, Eddie.
Does that mean yes?
Yeah. You're going to make me the proudest girl in Gravenhurst.
Oh, Mary Lou. Hey, you know that money I was saving for those thrush sidewinder mufflers for the shed? Well, I spent the money instead on a ring for you. I know it's not very much, but it's the biggest one they had at Canadian Tire, and we can get a bigger one later.
Oh, Eddie. You shouldn't have done a silly thing like that.
Nothing's too good for you, Mary Lou.
See? We have our LGBT
We're making this up.
Ellen would be proud.
Hey, Mary Lou, I got an idea. Since we're going to get married now and everything, I think it'd be okay if we sort of found out if we're right for each other, really. No, really, I think we should, Mary Lou.
You won't like what you see.
I love what I see. No, really, Mary Lou.
Look at the gold tooth.
Greetings, Earthling.
This killed. At this point, you would get like a, see me acting there? That's good acting.
That's good acting.
This went on for like sometimes a minute and a half. People just howling.
You're not Mary Lou.
I remember at one point that you took out a Kleenex and dabbed one of the noses like that. I'm running nose. Oh God, this
I
is so...
am from the Andromeda Galaxy. My name is Tarragon 1. This is Tarragon 2. Tarragon 3.
You've got 3 faces? 4 faces?
Oh, he opens the...
What have you done with my Mary Lou?
There was never any Mary Lou. It was just a clever disguise to fool you stupid Earthlings.
A disguise? What for?
We are planning an invasion of this planet for possible colonization.
Holy smoke, an invasion from outer space. I gotta call out the National Guard, the RCMP, Peter Zowski, Peter Truman, I gotta get...
You're
Hey!
not going anywhere, human.
What are you doing? Let go of me, you big bully. You let me go. What are you gonna do?
I am telepathically signaling my spaceship. It will come to hover overhead. You will be taken aboard and neutralized.
Neutralized? That does it. The wedding's off.
You want your ring back?
God, it's sickening. For 8 years I've been dating an alien. I think I'm gonna heave.
How do you think I felt, human? Wearing those funny clothes, painting my skin pink, covering my faces.
What color is your skin normally?
You know Alan Linitsky's Studebaker?
Yeah?
A little darker.
Holy smokes, an invasion of 4-headed Studebakers! And I kissed one!
Is that what a Studebaker is now?
Didn't you like it?
Well, I didn't know you had 3 other sets of lips at the time.
So all that we had means nothing to you now?
What?
This is actually well written.
A minute ago you said you wanted to marry me.
Well, that was before I knew you were from the Andromeda Galaxy.
That may be true, but you don't have to go around saying things like, I make you heave.
I'm sorry, it's just, it was a bit of a shock and all. I mean,
You have no feelings. You think you can treat me like dirt.
that's not true. I spent all my allowance on you for 8 years.
Dirt.
And what do I get for it? Neutralized. I knew I should have bought those mufflers. Oh, it's sickening. I bet I'm the only guy in all of Gravenhurst, in all of Muskoka, that's ever Frenched an alien woman.
Wrong again, cowboy.
Well, this is completely inappropriate.
Oh man, that's so...
I don't think could we do that now?
You'd have to change it up a little bit. Yeah. But it's got a recurring theme of homophobia in there, which is kind of...
I don't know if we're being home. I mean, the ending was a cheap gay joke. Yeah, the ending was cheap.
Larry
and gay.
thought it was hilarious.
Yes,
So,
he gave us permission,
yeah, well, yeah.
but he wasn't gay at the time.
No, he was. He just hadn't told us.
Yeah,
He hadn't told anyone. Wow, that's...
Wow.
I've forgotten about that skit. Greetings, Earthling.
Greetings, Earthling, yeah.
I've probably got it somewhere in a file folder. Man, but
You know what?
in
It
a
wasn't
noisy...
badly written. It wasn't badly written. I mean, there was the change of power.
Yeah, there was some good stuff in there.
Yeah, for something as a...
But the
one of our
acting was a
first.
little... And the problem, too, is I'm stuck in the car. Wouldn't I get out and run? I should have... Like, there were things
Oh,
to
man.
address, but that said, be good to do it again.
No.
With a bit of thing, well, okay, if you were going to do it again, and of course I never would, but to have a little bit of sound effects and some stuff happening with the faces and so on, some CGI, but it was so much fun to do because everybody was,
audience went nuts. That was our big close.
This left turn and you pop that open and then just shrieks of laughter.
I think the moral of the story is you got to start somewhere.
And the stuff you write early on is not necessarily going to age all that well.
No.
And it may even date you a little, but that's fine. But the other thing about that is we just played with it, the skit. Well, with everything.
Well, we had fun.
We mixed with it too. Like it was, once we had a set piece, then we were able to, because we were the writers, and this is true of almost anything, then you could, as you went along, night after night, modify it, add something, mess with each other, and so on.
Oh, we were improvising all the time through it. Anyway, so that's the lesson to all you budding comedians. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't do that.
It's embarrassing. And don't embarrass your parents, because it's just not worth it.
That's not a great lesson. The lesson is try anything to get a laugh.
Right.
Even if it's horrible and you should be ashamed of yourself. Oh.